Cops say the 30-year-old man who died had a long criminal history and was harassing people yesterday on an F train at the Broadway Lafayette station.
A fight followed that confrontation, and another passenger put him in a chokehold.
Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon is live in NoHo with details. Sonia?
Sade, there are a lot of legal questions surrounding what happened on an F train here at 2:30 yesterday afternoon because the man who may very well have been acting as a Good Samaritan has not been charged. What happens next will depend on details from witnesses and the results of an autopsy.
This particular individual who passed, 30 years old, had 44 prior arrests and was on a subway recidivist list.
Those 44 arrests, all on the subway, included violent crimes. But was he violent or threatening violence in his final moments? Police on the scene heard from witnesses after trying without success to revive that 30-year-old man.
Key here now is the ME's report.
Former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce says the 24-year-old man who subdued him may have indeed been defending himself and others, but there are other factors.
How long was the actual hold? Was the neck compression? That's going to be, was he screaming, let me go, let me go? All these things will go into that determination.
A determination of whether or not he made the right call, which ended up costing someone's life.
The safest thing to do is call 911 if you can down there, or find an officer nearby. However, save those two instances. If there's an immediate need to help someone, you do it.
I mean, that's heroic, but it's really scary on the same part. Like, you cannot just jump in and be a Good Samaritan, because Good Samaritans often wind up being hurt themselves.
Riders here at Broadway Lafayette say despite a drop in transit crime, the subway is still a scary place sometimes.
Not safe at all. I mean, unfortunately, we're not allowed to carry things, but I wish we were able to do pepper spray or something.
And this rider says it sounds like it had to have been a split-second decision.
But I can only imagine what it's like to go through that, especially because because you're a New Yorker, you know that there's less resources for these people who are just, out on the street.
And he says he does see plenty of police officers on trains and in subway stations.
I feel like resources are the solution to it. Community connection is a answer to it. So, if we want to fix that, we just gotta get better as a society, I guess.
Now, former Chief Boyce also noted that it has been impossible for the city and the MTA to ban recidivists on the subway and to enforce such a ban. Eyewitness News has learned that the 24-year-old is a formerly enlisted Marine. The NYPD has not released his name since he has not been charged, nor has it released the name of the man who died, as the investigation continues and seeks to answer the questions of just how much of a threat he was and what physically happened to him.